Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and what we are going to do today is talk about the best 4K TVs that you can get in India. Now, since this is a best list, we aren't actually going to keep price as a barrier. Price is money, no bar. So this is literally the best TVs that money can buy, and of course this is only going to include the creme de la creme, the most premium televisions one can afford. Now, most of these TVs, even though they are 4K, they actually support HDR as well, including Dolby Vision. And if you guys have any questions about this and would like us to make videos explaining any of this, you can let us know in the comment section below, and we will do our best to bring this to you. So another thing that I would like to clarify is we did see a lot of 2020 TVs back in January at CES. You can check the videos of those TVs out on our YouTube channel as well. But those TVs haven't yet come to India. I'm presuming because of the current state of lockdown that we're in, all these plans to announce TVs have been postponed. But we can expect them to launch at some time in 2020 at least. So a lot of these TVs are still the 2019 flagships, and we will update this list when the 2020 TVs from these flagship brands release in India. But until then, these are actually still great TVs that you can buy. So let's quickly get started with the best, the number one, the one that we gave our 01 award to in 2019, which is the LG C9. It is available in screen sizes of 55-inch and upwards. Now, this is an OLED TV, so it has absolutely brilliant colors. The saturation is great. It has really good contrast. The only downside to a TV like this is that in a really brightly lit room, you might just find a little bit of glare on the TV, which is completely fine considering the performance this TV gives. You would definitely prefer investing in curtains to ensure that the room is a little dark. Since this is LG's 2019 flagship, it has HDMI 2.1, which means it's future-proof. So if you are going to buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, know that those consoles are going to take advantage of HDMI 2.1. So these TVs come with that. They offer variable refresh rate, they offer EARC, and they also offer 4K at 4K at 120 Hz, and also have the ability to showcase 8K content. But this is a 4K panel, so you really aren't going to be able to take advantage of 8K on it. It's running on LG's own Web OS, which is an operating system that we like. It doesn't necessarily have all the apps that an Android app store on an Android TV would give you, but it has all the popular streaming services, including Apple TV Plus, in case that's a service that you like, and you also get apps like Plex and other services through the App Store. It also supports the Google Assistant through the built-in voice-enabled Magic Remote Control and Amazon Alexa by long pressing the Prime Videos button. It has hotkeys for the Amazon Prime Video and Netflix on the remote control. So overall, this TV has great build. It has fantastic picture quality. It looks great. It's really functional. The UI is nice. It has a home dashboard which lets you control things like if you have smart lights, or if a smart doorbell is something that you have, you can control all that from this TV. So it is absolutely great. It's running on LG's the Alpha 9 chipset from LG, which is absolutely fantastic. It's the top of the line that LG has to offer, until their new chipsets running on the LG C10, which will launch sometime in 2020. So that's the number one product that we have on this list. Now, moving on to number two, it is another OLED, and this is one you should consider if you're not a gamer. If you are a gamer looking at console gaming, then the LG C9 is the option for you. If you absolutely don't care about gaming, then the Sony A9G is the one that you should consider, simply because this is the flagship OLED TV from Sony, and this is also one that you can actually switch on and off with your voice. So that's great. I mean, if the TV is on standby, you can actually switch it on and off with your voice. It has support for 4K. It's also HDR. It's also Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, same things that we saw on the LG. But this TV's picture settings are calibrated for a better movie viewing experience. It just has that much more detail when it comes to watching movies on this OLED panel when compared to the LG. The difference is only noticeable when you have these TVs side by side, but it's still something to consider if you're more of a Netflix Prime Videos kind of a person. This is the one. If gaming is a consideration, then LG is the one. This TV runs on the Android TV OS, which means you have access to a lot more apps than you have on any other smart TV platform out there, including all popular streaming services. It also comes with a Google Assistant enabled, and if you have an external Amazon Alexa enabled speaker, you can control the TV from that as well. So this is the second option that we give. Moving on is another TV from Sony. It also launched last year. It's the A9F OLED. It is also a fantastic TV. It brings with it almost all the same features as the A9G. Maybe one or two features are missing. However, both these TVs, both the Sony TVs, have something called as Sony's acoustic surface, which essentially has these actuators at the back of the screen, which makes the entire screen the speaker. So if, let's say, a person is standing at a particular spot on the screen, it doesn't look like the sound is coming from below or the side. It feels like it's coming from that exact same spot, and you can use these Sony TVs as the center channel speakers for your home theater setup as well, which is really, really cool. The next TV that we have is back to LG with an OLED, which is the LG B9. Now this is a slightly brought down version from the LG C9, which means it has slightly lower peak brightness when compared to the C9, and the B9 also has a smaller plasticky stand, and it's running on the Alpha 7 Gen 2 processor, which is 2018's top of the line processor. So those are the few downgrades that you get with the LG B9, but honestly, unless you know what you're looking for, you're not going to be able to tell any difference between the C9 and the B9. It also brings all 4 ports with HDMI 2.1, so if you're someone that's considering gaming, you can consider this TV. It is a little cheaper than the C9, and in our opinion, it's a great value for money TV in the premium segment, considering the package that it brings. Next up, we're moving away from the two big brands to Panasonic. This is the FZ1000D. This is a 65-inch TV, and it comes with an external sound bar. So to cater to sound, Sony has implemented its acoustic surface technology. Panasonic is saying, hey, you know what, here you go with an external sound bar. The UI on Panasonic's TV may not be as robust as we've seen with other TVs, but it kind of gets the job done. But this is an OLED panel. You are getting Dolby Vision, you are getting 4K, you are getting HDR10, you are getting an external sound bar, which means you don't have to invest in external speakers to make the most of this TV. And we actually did see this TV when it launched, but we haven't reviewed it. So, you know, we are still going to recommend it based on what we saw at the launch. Of course, we have reviewed some of these TVs. Some of these TVs we may not have, but since we've either seen them or experienced them in some way, we are talking about them in this list. Next up is an LED TV. Up till now, we were talking about all OLED TVs, but now we're on the LED bandwagon with the Sony X95G. Now, this is a fantastic TV for those that don't want to get on the OLED bandwagon. Maybe you're worried about burn-in, or maybe you're worried about the fact that an OLED panel can get really, really reflective in a very brightly lit room. But here's the thing about the X95G or the X9500G, depending on where you are. The 55-inch variant of this TV does not come with Sony's X wide viewing angle technology. It is the higher sizes that come with it. But considering this TV has a VA panel, it has brilliant color reproduction, it has deep blacks, and it is a great TV overall. It does not have HDMI 2.1, but we did play some games from our Xbox One X on this TV, and we had a blast with it. So yeah, this TV is great if you are going to go the LED way. It also is a Netflix calibrated mode which Sony TVs have, so your content consumption experience is going to be great. It is an Android TV, so you are getting all the benefits of the Google Play Store with streaming services as well. Another thing to note about this TV is if you're going to put it on a tabletop, it has really nice wide feet, so you could place your soundbar or gaming console right below it, and the feet at the back also have cable management, so you can actually route your cables and have a really nice clean setup. Now moving on to another piece of technology from LG is LG's NanoCell TV. Now the 55-inch SM9000 PTA is this model. We have this in office. We were going to review it, but then unfortunately we went into the lockdown and the TV is just sitting there in our labs back at office. However, this is a NanoCell TV. It runs on the Alpha 7 Gen 2 chipset, the same one we spoke about on the LG B9. And it also supports HDMI 2.1, making it future-proof for the next generation of consoles. Now, LG's NanoCell can best be described as this layer of nanocrystals is what they talk about, which kind of ensures that the display gets the best type of color reproduction possible, almost coming close to OLED levels, but it doesn't quite match the OLEDs that we've seen. However, from an LED standpoint, as far as what we've seen, the Sony X95G is brilliant, and this one kind of comes close. We're going to have to, like I said, review it to find out, but this is definitely one to consider if you want to go the opposite side of an OLED, which is an LED way. Now this is a slightly older Sony OLED, which is the A8G, again another premium OLED with things like Sony's acoustic surface technology. It's got 4K support, HDR10, Dolby Vision, You name the technology, it's probably in this TV, but it is from an older generation of Sony's flagship TVs, which is why it is here. So there you have it, guys. I know this was a very restrictive list, is the first thing that you are going to say, but like we said, performance in the 4K and HDR department was paramount to compile this list. So we picked out the TVs that we thought actually are the best bang for the buck in the premium segment. Since this is the best list, if you would like us to compile a budget list, you can always let us know in the comment section below, and we will do our best to bring that for you. This is me, Samir, signing off. As always, if you have any questions, you can let us know in the comment section below, and we will do our best to get back to you. And for more from the world of technology, you can subscribe to our channel. We will catch you in another video. It's goodbye for now.